Tourette's.
Yeah, all kind of spirits out here. Shalom. All right, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, the great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching this truth for all righteousness and sincerity. For the Israelites that have prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America, as always, our focal point is to push repentance and forgiveness of sins and to forewarn our people, which this message is for the elect, the remnant, the Israel, the Most High. But this testimony, this good news is for the elect. All right, it's nothing but death, destruction, strange calamities. The fall of an empire is upon us. All right, talk about the end of Esau world, which Esau is a so-called white man, and he will be pushing his new financial system. You know, there's the Fed now that will be launching in July. And we're projecting things to move real fast, right? Especially speak about the devil shall come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. We talk about the glorious return of our Lord Yahawashi, which he's coming on so-called UFOs. The scriptures call them the chariots of Israel. And then we also speak about Jacob's trouble. The Lord Yahawashi talked about tribulation. Various prophets saw this time of trouble that we're entering into. Financial crunch that's going on. A lot of people's dealing with, financial instabilities. The cost of living is ridiculous. Goods and services is being limited. I was at a AutoZone yesterday, and it was barely any coolant in there. You know, amongst various other things. You know, you got the love of many waxing cold. The spirits is active. You know, so you want to watch how you're moving out here. A lot of judgment going out. A lot of women getting put down, children getting put down, men. The Lord is using all kind of weather, phenomena to bring judgment. Train derailments. You got the gas, creeping back up. So you got a lot of things that's happening right now, and we are to warn our people of the things that's going to be shortly coming to pass. So we're going to start in 2nd Esdras 15 and 1, or whatever precept the bros got.
Second Esdras 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
So this is the conversation that we're supposed to be having. Prophecy. We're supposed to be talking about the prophecies. All right? And the prophecy just simply means something said before. So in the scripts, there's, things that will be happening in the latter days. And as men of the Lord, we're supposed to come out and give these different warnings. It's a commandment.
It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahawah.
So this testimony that we have is channeled through us from Yahawah. The Lord has put this testimony in our mouths. And it's nothing for us to glory in, because at the end of the day, this is the will of the Lord. All right? We all working for, a spot on a chariot, for salvation. So it's the Lord that put this in our mouth, right?
It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
So the prophecies, they're faithful and true, meaning they're going to come to pass. All right, and we already seeing them coming to pass on a large level. It says in the last days, men shall be lovers of themselves, unholy, unthankful. You see that. We're seeing Esau getting exposed, because Esau is linked up with the woman you read about in Isaiah 47 and how she's getting uncovered. So this whole system of Edomite supremacy is getting exposed by the prophecies in truth.
Verse 3, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
So what is it saying here? It's saying that the Lord is putting the Spirit on us to go and prophesying to his people. And that everything that we say is going to come to pass. And while we're teaching, you're going to have people that have certain imaginations and incredulity. You're going to have people that's going to try to discredit this message. And you're going to have people with these imaginations towards us. Y'all not men of the Lord. What y'all saying not coming to pass. Oh, y'all prophesying things that are far off. Oh, it don't matter what the Lord looks like. All these imaginations is going to get done away as the prophecies continue to pass. Oh, the MOTB is something else. It's not the implantable technology that y'all talk about. So all these thoughts and imaginations, the Lord is saying, don't worry about all that. You know, don't even trip on all that, because guess what? These prophecies which are faithful and true, when they come to pass, then they shall know that it was a prophet among you. You know? Yeah, bro.
I got a precept. Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return to me void.
And the mouth is the prophets. We just read it in 2 Esdras 15. The words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth. So the Lord's mouth is the prophecy. The prophets. And the message that the prophet speaks is not going to return unto him void, meaning the stuff that we say is not going to, it's going to happen. Yeah, empty, yeah.
It says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
So the thing that the Lord sent this spirit in is the prophets. This is what's going to profit. See, you working at your job in the back office, in the warehouse and all that, that's not going to profit you. Scripture speaks about there shall not be any work for Egypt. So it's going to come a time where you're going to have to forsake all, you know. But what's going to profit you is what you did and what you've laid up for Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what's going to profit you. You know?
This Deuteronomy 18:20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word of my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die.
So this is talking about false prophets when you read it in context. Because you always have false prophets. That's not just something that's specific to right now. You always had, you know, the 300 prophets of Baal. 400. Water, bro. The 400 false prophets of Baal. Soothsayers. You know, and different people who came in the name of other gods, you know, divining unto people.
And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken.
Yeah, so when the Lord is dealing with a prophet, and he puts his word in his mouth, it's going to be faithful and true. It's going to come to pass. That's how you know that man is set up from the Lord.
But the prophet that has spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him.
Yeah, so a false prophet that's just coming out here saying shit, ain't nothing coming to pass, ain't nothing happening. Case in point, the Christian church, they speak about love and peace and all this stuff. There's no love and peace out here. You know, it's people getting their ass whooped, people getting robbed, people getting murdered, you know, and the scriptures speak about these are the beginning of sorrow, so things are going to get worse. So these pastors in the church with the love doctrine and just be nice to everybody and all that, most are not dealing with it, man.
Going back to 2 Esdras 15 and verse 4. The reads, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
And that's a part of the message too. Because we speak about 2/3 getting cut off and dying here in Babylon the Great. You know? You got some camps that don't even speak about the 2/3. They pushing the vibration of all Israel, if all Israel come together and keep the commandments. Well, that doesn't align up with the prophecies. The prophecies talk about, look, all the unfaithful, which is 2/3, is going to die in their unfaithfulness. So it's going to be a lot of death out here.
Verse 5, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Now it says, I will bring plagues upon the world. So the Lord is doing these things that we see in the earth, from the train derailments to the twisters, the hurricanes, the tsunamis, to the situation with the banks. These are plagues that the Lord is sending into Egypt.
Even that pestilence over there in Mecca, where they had like flying cockroaches and grasshoppers all over the place.
Yeah.
Millions of them.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
So it's the Lord doing it. Now, the Lord, he can do it organically, or he could put the spirit on Esau to do these things, because man's goings is of the Lord. We know Esau have weather manipulating devices and equipment that he used.
And Esau's the most high sword.
Right.
So if you're going to swing, you're going to swing a sword.
And one of the characteristics of Esau is that he was set up to take peace from the earth. So the train derailments and what's being found in these train derailments is toxic chemicals. And the way these train derailments are happening, they're strategically done in particular areas that lead into certain rivers, and those rivers go into these areas where these farmers do their work. So it's all strategic.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?
And we're that trumpet. We're lifting up our voice like a trumpet, and we're sounding the alarm in the Lord's holy mountain. So as we're lifting up our voices with the testimony of Yahawashi, the people is supposed to be afraid.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
And that's a rhetorical question. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Because what these people is finna surely find out is that the Lord, all right, is all powerful. You know, he does good and he does evil. Read about how an evil spirit from the Lord came upon King Saul. You read about how the Lord sent evil angels in Egypt. So there's another side of the Lord that the people have to get familiar with.
Even hardening Pharaoh's heart.
Hardening Pharaoh's heart, yeah.
The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart when you read the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord controls everything. You know, once you come to the understanding of that, you know, you be able to walk a little bit more smoother, man.
Right. But caution with fear. You start walking with fear.
Right.
It says, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Since you read that precept, did you start from the top?
It says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
So the Lord is telling you what things he's going to be bringing upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. And he's going to pour it out. Destruction. So this whole structure is going to be destructured. It's going to collapse. It's going to fall, man. What you know is what a daily life is going to drastically change. You being able to go to work and going to the grocery store and all these different things is going to change. Esau already talking about 15-minute cities. Esau's talking about these CBDCs and how they're programmable. So if there is another pandemic, which they call in this year poly crisis, if there's another crisis and this new financial system is in place, they can program your account to not be able to purchase certain things. You may want to buy ammo, and they're saying, you know what, everybody in, you know, these states, they're disqualified from buying ammo right now. You know? So that's a destruction. That's bringing destruction.
Yeah, I think it was Silver Surfer, one of those Fantastic Four movies said, all that you know is at an end.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's going on. Everything we know is going to be finished.
Because Esau's finna snatch away all your liberties and freedom. You know, you hear people talk about how communist China is, but America's finna be on another level.
On another level.
The land of the free, that shit is finna change because Esau, he wants to transition to a whole new world. We often talk about the new world order. He wants a new world.
Yeah.
This system, this old system, is not in Esau's best efforts to continue to drag out. You know, you got to switch this shit up.
He's still trying to make a Rome 3.0, huh?
He just trying to, you know, bring his agenda.
Yeah.
And you had creepy Joe Biden say, let's finish, you know, he wants to get in office again, and he said, let's finish, you know, we started. We know that when he was in office, he talked about cold winters, which were code words. So him saying, let's finish what we started, like the brother brought up, that's just terms of him saying, like, look, man, let's push forward. Even if he's the last president in office, we're gonna push forward with the NWO, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a time to be paying attention to a lot of stuff that's going on in geopolitics and the financial system. You know, you want to be having your eyes locked in on what's going on, man, because things is moving quick.
Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
So now the Lord has given us a reason why he's going to be bringing all these plagues. Because wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. See, in this system ruled by Esau, he allows the alphabet community to walk on every side. You know? He's allowing, I don't know if y'all been seeing on y'all algorithms on social media, but Esau has been pushing a lot of wickedness on the algorithms. You know? People is eating it up. You know, all these different trends and fads, these challenges. Women is completely off the hook. Men is off the hook. Those videos of people getting gunned down in LA right now. There's a string of armed burglars going to various restaurants and going in there and robbing them, man. You know, it's a string of them. And then on top of people getting knocked over in the streets, getting jewelry snatched, getting stuff snatched from them. Scripture speak about Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt, man. But you see, as the benefits and the financial squeeze continue to get tighter, people's behaviors is going to change even more. You know, women is going to be more into selling themselves. Yep. You know, doing the oldest profession in the book. Man is going to be looking for the spoils. Scripture speak about going into houses and invading them. So wickedness is exceedingly polluted the earth. On top of Esau with his religions, his philosophy, this Western culture, the music, you know, the different lifestyle. Black culture is wickedness. That exceedingly pollutes the whole earth. Hip hop, rap, drill music. You know, all these different things come together and produces all this wickedness.
It says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Now, as we read in the above verses, it spoke about how the Lord will put his words in the prophet's mouth. So here it's saying, I will hold my tongue no more. So now the Lord has the prophets out in abundance, bringing his testimony out. He's not holding his tongue no more. And by the Lord not holding his tongue no more, you got a great shaking in the bones, bone to bone, flesh to his flesh. You got the elect coming together through the Lord's mouth. You got Esau getting exposed.
Naked.
Getting Esau butt naked.
Yo, they there.
You know? And then various secrets and mysteries concerning what's written in the scripts is being spoken, man. We know who the Israelites are. We know the tribes. We know which tribe. You know, we know which tribe is which tribe and how the northern kingdom got over here. You know, we know particular things now. So the Lord is not touching, not holding back.
It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
So the Lord said, neither will he suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise within themselves. So suffer means to allow or permit. So the Lord is in a position now where judgment is going out.
It says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So that's twofold. You have men that have labored in this truth, and when they die, they go before the presence of the Lord, and they sigh, you know, for what's being done and what happened. But then you have us that's out here sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We're sighing because of the oppressor, and the Lord hears that. You know, when you read about the story of Egypt, it speaks about how, you know, he heard the afflictions of Israel, and he remembered the covenant that he made with their fathers. You know? So the Lord hears the groanings, the different things. Daniel 7 speaks about how Esau shall wear out the saints of the Most High. So the saints is being worn out. You don't think they're praying and making supplications and begging the Lord earnestly to bring destruction, to put the spirit on Esau to fulfill these prophecies? The Lord hears all that. That's why you hear Elder Apostle Ricard pushing out prayer. We push the vibration of prayer and, you know, having that frequency going out high, because the Lord hears that.
And he knows, because surely oppression make a wise man mad. So you know we're angry.
Yeah.
But we keeping the word of his patience.
Yeah. Exactly.
Verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
So the Lord got us. You know, this is a part of that testimony that you got to believe in. There's going to be an avenging for the saints of the Most High. And the saints are Israelites. The saints are the people that the Lord have made a covenant with through sacrifice. It's all about the elect. So there's going to be avenging.
It's got to be.
Yeah, when you read Revelation 18, it speaks about how the holy apostles and prophets being avenged during her.
Yeah, right.
You know, so there's going to be a avenging, man. The Lord is gonna lift up that standard and shake terribly the earth for us.
Them that killed the prophets, they talk.
Yeah.
Somebody got to pay for that.
Yeah.
It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to slaughter.
And that's how it is in this system. You're not gonna prosper here in this system. Elder Manatazak Ba, he did a lesson, or he reposted a lesson that he did a long time ago, going into how you're not gonna prosper here, because we're as a flock led to the slaughter. You know, you're here in Babylon the Great, you just led to the slaughter. You know, you're not going to be prosperous. But see, what Yahawashi did for us, he said, he shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So we're free from different things now. You know, because we return to the Lord, we repented, and we're in this flesh trying to walk in the way of righteousness the best we can, you know.
And we washed in this word, so now we have like a cloak, you know what I'm saying? We cover ourselves, you know.
Yeah. So, and then we have a hedge of protection.
And the hedge.
So you got the sheep, the unfaithful, that's getting led to the slaughter. Black culture, the cares of this life, other religions, other lifestyles, getting the chip, all these different things. But then you have a remnant of those sheep with a hedge of protection about them. They're not going to get touched. And that's the benefits of serving the Lord.
It says, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
So this Egypt is talking about America. When you read Revelation 11 and 8, it speaks about the great city being spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. All right, so this isn't talking about ancient Egypt.
It says, verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
That's Yahawashi. That mighty hand that the Lord is going to deliver the saints with is Yahawashi. He's going to come and he's going to deliver. You did a lesson on it. You know, Yahawashi is going to come and deliver the elect. That's that mighty and stretched out arm that the Lord is going to see here, man. And with deliverance, you're going to also have destruction.
It says, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land there.
So this land, America, the great city, Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, various different titles. The Lord is going to destroy this place. It's going to get destroyed. Every inch of this place is going to get destroyed, man. Apostle Peter, he saw it. He said the heavens being dissolved and melting and with fervent heat. The prophet saw the destruction of this place.
It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahawah shall bring upon it.
So once again, the Lord is bringing plague and punishments upon this place. And one of the plagues is people mourning here. We always talk about it. The people behavior is going to change. Shit is going to change here. People's going to be mourning and lamenting here. Oh man, there's no work. Oh, how am I going to be able to do this? Oh, they switched the banking system on us, man. Oh, it's all kind of crazy shit happening. Ain't no food at the grocery store. Oh, we got 3D printed food now. They passing laws to where, shit, if my kid come home talking about he flipped the switch, I can't even say nothing about it.
No.
Oh, it's off the hook. These women, man, these women have compassed the men. I can't even get married. I can't even get in a relationship. So this place is gonna times 1,000, man.
It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell and with the fearful consolation.
So it's segueing into the farmers. It's no coincidence that we're hearing farmers and ranchers. I was just riding horses last week, and I was talking to the lady at the ranch, and she was saying, hey, you know, a lot of these horses and cattle that we got, we've been getting them from auctions because, you know, a lot of farmers and ranchers, they've been selling them, and some of these is, you know, going to get slaughtered. So we've just been getting them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you having farmers and ranchers, they're selling off cattle in order to be able to financially run, you know, the business. And it's going to trickle down right to the grocery stores. It's going to trickle down right to the grocery stores. So it's saying the farmers is going to mourn. It's going to, because the famine that the scriptures prophesied to happen very soon is going to be an orchestrated famine. Meaning Esau is going to hoard everything, kind of like how it was during the time of Joseph when he was in Egypt.
Yeah.
Having everything and then rationing it out. You know?
Verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
So there's no peace to the wicked. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says that in various chapters in Revelation. Woe to the world and the sea and them that dwell therein, the inhabitants of the world. Because this time of trouble, can we get that real quick? Have not been.
Daniel's or
Yeah, we get Daniel 12, and maybe pick up from where you call God on second edges, because it's a little long, and we just balance out. Then you know, whatever you said you got.
Daniel's 12. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people,
Break it down to
and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Like the brother was going into through the spirit, at the times that we're coming into, you know, this is going to be a unseen time, because when there's been wars, there's been specific things that happen as far as the kingdom going down, but since this is the last kingdom that's going down, all right, it's going to be things that we're going to see out here that's going to be unexplainable, because it's going to be the wrath of the Lord, man, you know. So it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, which Michael is the archangel and the Yahawashi, it's going to be so bad out here that the Lord's going to send the archangel Michael down here, man.
Based on war.
Yeah, it was based like the brother said, it was based on war, man, to come defend us, man. So you got to really ask yourself, like, damn, we speak about it, but when it comes to the physicality of it, and when it actually comes, it's going to be bad, man. You know? And it says, and there shall be a time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble. All right? It says, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. Because like I said, through the Spirit, you had nations come, you had nations get set up, you had nations go down. And there was always war involved when these specific nations went down. But right now, since Esau Edom is the last captivity for Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord got this time set up through the Spirit to where this is going to be the worst. In other words, you're going to see, like brother always bring out RoboCops out here.
Man.
You're going to see drones big enough to carry a person. You're going to have on these railroad tracks, you're going to have FEMA, what is it?
The National Guard, Coast Guards.
Yeah, the FEMA box cars that they've been talking about since, you know, for a minute, man. You're going to have martial law, cut off cities. The scriptures talk about how the 10th part of the city fell.
Checkpoints. Yeah.
So, I mean, we talk about it through the Spirit, but how it's going to play out, like the brother mentioned, the stores, the famine is, all they got to do is cut off specific food from coming in. That's it. And these shelves going to be empty. Walmart, they cutting off Walmarts. They're closing down Walmarts because they're getting ready to make those concentration camps, man. You know?
And Esau, he's no stranger to surrounding Jerusalem and cutting off things from coming in and going out. That was the Roman siege of Jerusalem. He set up a wall. The Edomites set up a wall around Jerusalem, and the people in the inside starving to where they was led to eat their own children.
I think they call it blockade.
Yeah.
These days, the Lord put his spirit, he's starting to do it man-made again.
Yeah, so when we speak about how Esau is going to be orchestrating this, can we get Revelation 6 and 2? And then you're going to hold on deck. You're going to pick up where this brother left off. Okay. Yeah.
It's Revelation chapter 6 and verse 2. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and the crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
This is Yahawashi. All right. That white horse is a so-called what they would classify as a UFO. All right, but they're the chariots of Israel. They're known as a white horse, wheel within the wheel, whirlwinds, a cloud, a roll. You know, Yahawashi, a stone cut out without hands. So Yahawashi, he's gonna come on this aircraft with the innumerable amounts of angels conquering shit. Okay? Read it, you know, I know you like Cain the Conqueror, but it speaks about Yahawashi coming to conquer.
It says verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see.
So there's prophecies being shown to Apostle John.
It says verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red.
This is talking about Esau. A red horse, or the virgin daughter of Babylon, or the dragon, the serpent, or the scarlet colored beast. These are all identifiers of Esau being in a position of power, ruling. Okay?
It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And as it is written in John, what is it, I want to say the 3rd chapter, a man can receive nothing except it's given unto him from the Most High. So this power that Esau received, which Isaac gave it to him, all right? This is something that was given to him, this technology, the understanding of planes, the algorithms, the supercomputers, all this data, statistics. You know, how he runs his system in wickedness. That was given unto him from the left-hand side of the Most High, but through the pride of his heart, which have deceived him, he believed that Eve came up with it by himself, and then he turns around and blasphemes the Most High, them that dwell in heaven, in the tabernacle. You know, he blasphemed the Most High, man. That's why he's called the wicked, and that's what he was created for.
And even certain like inventions, like the lights for the cars. You know, Esau, Edom, they stole those inventions from Jake. The Lord put the spirit on Jake. You know, when they were in slavery to make specific things. That's why I said Jacob is the former of all things. And Esau would steal it from him and give, and like the brother said, you know, the spirit take credit for it. Like Benjamin Franklin, he didn't have a key on a kite and discovered electricity, man. That's ancient technology. Jake had knowledge of how to use, because really lightning and things like that, electricity, man, that's a power from the Heavenly Father. But we had specific things in the ancient world, you know, through the spirit, to where we harnessed it. Benjamin Franklin didn't do nothing but just take from the former of all things, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because light bulbs is just light. There's a film in there, electricity passes through it, and then if you have incandescent lights, then you can see the fire going across the little film. There's film in there. I don't know if it's graphite or some type of...
It's a graphite filament.
Yeah, filament, and there's fire that passes through it, and that produces your light. But then Esau has LEDs now, which is light emitting diode. That's a digital light, which is not good for you at all. LED lights is not good for you. All right, natural incandescent lights. You even notice it. Those, like this light, that's an LED light, right?
Yeah.
Now incandescent light, it has that amber color, that vibe. You feel me? You turn that light on, you dim it a little bit. You put the incense on. You got some jazz playing. That's a vibe. You're not creating no vibe with no damn LED light. That light, it's too bright.
It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat there to take peace from the earth.
So Esau's role in this movie of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is to take peace from the earth. That's his role.
And he's in order.
Oh yeah,
He's perfect order.
yeah, because you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So if you program to do something, although it's wicked, you still doing the will of the Lord, man, because He programmed you to do it.
It says, and that they shall kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
So this has Esau's name written all over it. Taking peace from the earth. He was blessed with a sword. He was red. So this goes into, like, what a movie, right? You have scripts.
Right.
This is your script.
Right.
This is your role.
Right.
This is his script. This is his role. He got his role. So here we're reading Esau's lot.
Yeah.
We read about the prophet's lot in 2 Esdras 15. Lord willing, we get back to it. The lot of the prophets is to go out, teach with this testimony, and fear not the imaginations of them that trouble thee, and speak against thee, and you know.
Set their face against the harlot.
Yeah. Set thy face against Mount Seir, and all these different things. And then it tells us about Esau. Esau, he's going to be taking peace from the earth. He was blessed with the sword. They kill one another. He has a perpetual hatred towards his brother Jacob.
The soul that's in him is not upright.
Yeah. What's another one? He deceived the whole world.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
You know? Woe unto him that give his neighbor drink and making him drunken, so that thou seest his nakedness. Esau, he set stumbling blocks up for Jacob in this system that's called a trap, Babylon. You got it.
That's who you call?
You had something else you call? Oh, no, he was done.
I had a piece of thing real quick. It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. On to them that decree and righteous decrees, and right, grievousness which they have prescribed.
which they have prescribed. First off, they have their think tanks where they summons up the spiritual demon Satan to get intel on how to make moves, right? They get the ideas and then they prescribe them down. Okay, we're gonna pass this, we're gonna pass that. You know, we need this law, we need this decree, we need this legislation, because we need to put this in order now, because in about 2 to 3 years from now, we need to start segueing to the next stage of the game. We gotta go to the next level. So we need to prepare some more laws when we get to that level. All this shit, your politicians, your mayors, your governors, they're actors. All this stuff is already set in place, and we was just doing research on Project Icebreaker and the Unicorn and the Fed now. He's already have this MOTB system here. He just waiting for the right move to go, to happen. He waiting for the chaos to happen so he can come with the order and say, oh, well, we've been beta testing various CBDCs and they've been off to a great start. We'll might as well, it's a little early, but we might as well go ahead and just, go ahead and make it standard.
Usher it in.
We might as well just usher it in,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you watching the Dodger game, you over there in Dodger traffic, watching the Dodger game, you got the Laker game, you hearing about this little bullshit with these celebrities and other... Jamie Foxx sick. Summer coming up.
All the distractions.
Women getting pissed on. You worried about shit like that, man.
Vegas pool party.
Oh, man. Yeah. People going, I've been seeing an uptick of people going on boat cruises. They doing that now. Y'all ain't learned from C-19 how they had motherfuckers stranded on them waters for months?
Yeah, right.
Quarantine?
Can't come back on land until everybody through the beach, man.
That's fucked up.
It says to turn aside the needy from judgment.
Yeah, so these laws is put in order to oppress Israel, to turn the needy away from judgment. So this system, like we was reading in 2 Ezra 15, whereas sheep led to the slaughter. Why? Because the powers that be, they have created this system to take judgment away from Israelites. Oh, child support, wicked laws. Your wife, she can just wake up one day and say, I don't want to be married to him anymore. Go down there, file for divorce, says unreconcilable differences. The judge sign off on it, and she takes everything that you got.
He had I think it was a soccer player, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Call out Yahawashi not shot for that. His wife wanted to divorce him, and he had everything in his mother's name, man.
Yeah.
Which that's wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Let's say a brother's in a specific situation, man, and I'm gonna put everything in my mom's name.
Yeah.
She couldn't get nothing from him.
And you know what? Edomites been knowing stuff like that for a long time. Man. See, the Edomites, they know what they call loopholes.
Yeah.
These are, a loophole is something that you can jump through to bypass something.
Yep.
So by you having all your property and your assets in somebody else's name, if you get sued and on paper you don't have nothing, they're not gonna get nothing.
Yep.
Because you went through a loophole. Whatever you got, you donated it to this person and that person, and and those possessions became theirs. Another thing, another loophole when dealing with this system, your child support can be taken by your wages and your income. But if you're getting donations, they can't touch that. Just like the church. Those are donations. That's not looked at as income. It's donations. People are donating. Or you want to donate to the church fund, you want to donate. So under the law, donations isn't looked at as income. So if you're getting $1,000 a week in donations, you can sustain a life, right? But it's not income, it's not wages, it's not taxable, it's not all this. That's why a lot of people that's on YouTube, they have content creators, and they got the PayPal, the WhatsApp, the Venmo, donate, super chats, donate. It's not income, it's donation. That can't get touched because you can't gauge. I can't gauge what somebody's gonna donate to me next week. I don't know. It's donations. I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's coming from a whim.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You just felt like giving me.
Yeah. So that's a loophole.
It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Yeah, so these laws is just to oppress Israelites in this system.
They calculate and they know what Jake do, man. They study us more than anybody on the planet Earth. Why? Because we're the ones that are consuming, man. We're the consumers, man. When these Ishmaelites and stuff like that come over here and go to these 7-Elevens, they put them in the hood for a reason. They put liquor stores and stuff like that in the hood for a reason, man. Because one thing, like the scriptures say, what does it say? Wine maketh a man's heart glad.
Yeah, wine makes a man. Yeah.
And that's how, Esau, that's why he puts specific liquor stores and things like that. Because when you go to them high-end neighborhoods, like Esau and them, they only sell wine there, man. Like I went to a Stater Brothers out there by where I live at, and it's in a high-end Edomite neighborhood, man. They don't sell liquor in that grocery store. They only sell wine, man. But they put that in the hoods because we're the ones that we're the needy, man. Oh, let's put this liquor store over here. Let's put this liquor store over there. Let's put this weed shop right here because everybody goes here.
Then the smoke shop right next to the weed shop.
Yep.
And there's a church on the other side of the street.
Church on the other side. Let's put the school over here because the spirit. And then that's also another way to get Jake caught up. When they police around, they go to the spots where they know Jake gonna go hop in the car. He gonna go to the liquor store, hop in the car, grab a bottle. They can pull him over. Hey, can I search your car? It's systematically designed, man.
Yeah. And look, we're just gonna have to get out, step out. I smell a little marijuana.
Yep.
That's all they need.
A little residue, and they show you that on them down south shows where a lot of Jake get pulled over. All they need to do is see a little residue in your car, and they can take you to jail, man.
Yeah.
Or just lie.
Yeah,
They
yep.
just lie.
Yep. It says that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Yeah, so Esau sets this system to specifically afflict Israelites. And then women is his prey. Just like the serpent.
He's like a lion seeking whom he may devour.
Right.
That's what you do. Yeah.
All right.
I have another one for you. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Psalms chapter 10, verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahawah? Why hidest thou thyself in the time of trouble?
And people bring up, stuff like that. Where was the Lord at during slavery? What, if the Lord loved us, where was he at? Well, the Lord has always been there, but there was times in our history where we had to get judged and the Lord had to turn his face from us. We read it all the time. The Lord had to turn his back on us. And that's the best way for a person to learn, man. Sometimes you gotta turn your back on your girl. That's when she know that you ain't playing around. Get ghosts. Because that's the only power that we have.
Yep.
Our power is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the fear of the Lord. And, you can get ghosts on the bitch. They hate that. You're ignoring them, you're getting ghosts on them. Women hate that. Reading their messages and not replying. So that's just like how the Lord was. You was praying, Lord, where you at? Lord was leaving us on red. Leaving us on scene. Yahawashi, he prayed to the Father 3 times. The Lord didn't say nothing to him. The Lord, Yahawashi was calling the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father was like, oh man, he calling again. His phone back in his garment.
You gotta go through what you gotta go through, man. And then also too, like the brother said, where was God in slavery? Well, why were the slaves singing swing low, sweet chariot, man?
Yeah.
What were they seeing in the plantation, in the field plantations? Man? Like the brother said, the Lord was always there.
Yeah.
But we're in the time right now where we're seeing these chariots swing low because it's the time of our captivity being over.
Yeah. They was see, hey, out there on them plantations, they was seeing stuff.
Yep.
Just like how we be looking up and we be seeing, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
Was that a chariot? You know, we was seeing stuff. Fishermen, like Esau with these fishermen that go out to sea, they be seeing all kind of stuff. Remember when the disciples was in the Sea of Galilee and they saw it was Yahawashi walking on water, but they said, oh, wait a minute, it's a spirit. It's an apparition. It be stuff like that happening in the seas and the waters, and even with Christopher Columbus coming over here, it was St. Elmo's fire or a chariot that led him over here. Be different things, but what Esau does is he covers it up, and then when it gets out of his hands, he come out and go ahead and say, well, yeah, there is something, but they're green men from Mars with big ass heads on them.
Yeah.
Aliens. Threat. No, those are the angels of Yahawah Bahasham outside that's going to come with the Lord Yahawashi to take you down. Scripture speak about how he blasphemed the angels. You know?
And they just came out recently, the brother put in the chat saying that, basically there's a threat from out of this world. And that's been going on more than lately because through the spirit we almost look up for your salvation is nearer than you believe. So Esau's starting to come out because those chariots are unexplainable to them. You can't cover the chariots up how you want. You can't say this is Independence Day. Ain't nobody seen an angel come out of the chariot. We know who they are, but Esau, he's getting to the point where he can't cover them up. Now that he can't cover them up, now there's a threat from an outer space.
Yeah.
But he just had it sold up to where he knew what they was, and they were coming and they were landing, and he shot one down. He can't cover them up like that, man.
Yeah. Scriptures talk about flying objects, aircrafts, all through it. Hola, señor.
It says, why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor.
Hey, the wicked, that's Esau. It goes back to Malachi. So his agenda is to persecute the poor. But he does it with a smile on his face. He does it with a suit on. He does it with smooth speech. He disguises it as, helping you and all these different things. He's a serpent.
Yeah, wickedness under his tongue.
A serpent, the way it travels like, so it don't come straight at you.
Right.
So you don't know, like, in Proverbs, it speak about the way, a few things I would like to know, the way a serpent moves upon a rock.
Yeah.
So Esau, he moves funny style. He not straight. That's why it speak about Yahawashi being that straight path, There's nothing blocking the way. It's just boom, straight. It's a straight way to him.
That's cool. They got that saying in a world when the grass is cut, the snakes are show. Esau, Edom, like the brother been mentioning, the grass is getting cut.
Oh man.
He's been exposed in the spirit. So now the snake is starting to show it. That he's really going to show his horns on these people out here, man.
Oh, you know what, brother? Psalm 37. Psalm 37. You jumping
I
in
think
the car?
No, I understand all this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, see, I was named Jesus since I was young, but you know what? I went to Nam and then he wanted to use that name.
Oh shit.
You're coming to make up a name, but not to use it.
Yeah.
So what I did, I told my head to watch. So ever since then, I've been watching that the borderline problem of God, if we are truly children of Abraham, And all those immigrants are all children of Abraham. So I decided to think, well, why are all these people coming to the USA? Why? Why aren't they running to Israel? Why aren't they going over there? So in my little BB brain, I thought, well, maybe this is the ark of Abraham, of God's chosen, holy chosen diversity. This is the place where we're all going to have to meet eventually, for some reason or other. And I don't know why.
I got to stop you there.
That's all right, but I've been doing that because even if it's not true, I'm still starting a pattern and a vision.
Yeah. Well, let's put you on. Let's put you on a straight path.
They say we're in that, and you know it's hard.
Right. We will put you on a straight path. Now, America in the Bible is Babylon the Great. It's a place where the Lord is going to send devastation to. It's going to get judged. It's going to get judged like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people that's coming to America, they're coming here to get judged.
Well, see, you did take it to that. Me, I'm still trying to save people.
Yeah, and the doctrine. The doctrine.
Because a lot of people, they think your approach, it probably is true. Look at this, but it's too extreme.
Oh yeah. Well, the teachings of the Bible are extreme.
Even if a simple artist like Nat King Cole was an extreme.
Right. Yeah.
Why can he sing like that?
Yeah.
Right. Why are these people, my good brothers, do see this? We don't. Okay. Yeah. But you gotta let us see it.
Can I read something for you real quick?
That's why you two, go ahead. You guys, I take it.
This Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Sovereignty. That's right.
Yeah. So the Lord has men in position to go out on the streets and bring out judgment according to what's written in the scripts. So through this judgment, there's also a testimony of who the world called Jesus Christ. And through that testimony, it will waken up the minds of the elect that's here in America. And when they wake up to the truth and believe, they have access to salvation when destruction comes.
And this is what I'm counting on.
Okay.
Okay, because like we all have psalms.
Yeah.
We have our own psalms.
Okay.
Being on earth.
Okay.
Okay. So I've been telling people that we're independent, individual contractors between all you and God.
Okay.
Because we're 1099ers, I'm telling people. Because a lot of people are shying away from a religion group, a pastor, a father, Catholic or whatever.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, give them a back door. You're an independent contractor.
Oh, yeah.
Giving people at least an escape route because, and I tell people, look, we have 24 hours of free will. Okay. But
the truth.
But if you don't edify God in those 24 hours, how do you want him to edify you?
Right.
So I know you. I wouldn't think this way.
Yeah.
But at the same token, I'm probably capturing a few that really are borderline, don't want to believe on anything.
Yeah. So
when I tell them, I see some relief for them as individuals, because the one that's all about discouragement, depression, running out of hope. Yeah. And that we're all alone, okay? I know that, see, because I figured it out, when I was working for the welfare.
What's your name?
Jesus.
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 Hey, all right, cool.
So I decided to take it upon myself on YouTube. Yeah. I'm a commentator.
Okay.
I'm a replier. Not involved. I don't believe in heaven, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I commentate on all the times that they're bashing heaven.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
when they're bashing my black brothers and when they're bashing the Latinos.
Oh, yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Because we all kind of bash each other,
Uh-huh.
regardless. Okay? Black Lives Matter. I know
Yeah.
it's their approach.
Uh-huh.
Brown Lives Matter.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
approach too.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They got a common story. They share
that's
a
why
story.
diversity
Yeah.
is here to stay.
That's
It ain't gonna go away. That's why Trump, he's my worst enemy.
Right. Well, you know what? Hey,
So
so
I hit him.
we got an audience here, and they want to hear. what's in
Okay,
here.
no, I'm sorry I didn't
Oh,
pick
that's
that
okay.
up,
It's
but
okay.
I wanted to share
Yeah.
how some people do walk around like you do.
Okay.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
And also too, you know, us, you know, we believe through the spirit that the people on the planet Earth, everybody just a different shade of brown.
Oh yeah, I believe
You know,
in that. I
because
believe
it
in that.
like Latinos, so like you just a different shade. I've seen Latinos darker than me, you know, these brothers. So Black Lives Matters and all that stuff, we don't go off of that. You know, we go off of
That's right.
this right
And
here, man.
that's why I say I would never take
Heritage.
Yeah.
Take
The
this
so-called the so-called blacks and browns are one people.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not for them to gather.
There's different flavors.
And we're supposed to gather for his coming, and here you can't even gather.
We're gathering because the
You guys
scriptures,
are gathering.
but the scriptures talk about. Let me say this.
I've been hearing you guys for 10 years. Because I've been watching.
that's what's
this.
up.
I
Oh,
come to
man.
you guys because I knew you guys.
What the
But we're
scriptures,
live.
the scriptures talk about the tabernacle of David being rebuilt, and when you read about the tabernacle of David, King David had the southern tribe, Benjamin, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and then you got the northern tribes, which we will refer to as the Latinos or the natives. He had them all in his army. So we are gathering together. It's just a remnant. It's a remnant of Israelites, right? Can you get that real quick?
Can I tell you about
Hold on. Can I get? Let me get this for you.
Trump,
Hold on.
the criminalizer?
Let me get this for you. Then you can tell me. Let me get this for you real quick through the spirit. Because
Gotta get rid of that.
Oh, you
That
got it.
criminalizer.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
now, how was it falling? There was a split, Rehoboam and Jeroboam, right? When you read in the book of Kings, there was a split between the southern and the northern kingdom. Okay, the northern kingdom, which is the Latinos, Native Americans, the Indians, stuff like that, that came over here to the Americas. The southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they stayed over in Israel. All right, but you had these tribes that were in the army of King David, and when you read in the book of 1 Samuel, starting at like the 16th chapter on up to 2 Samuel after Saul died, you know, and then you can read the book of Chronicles, which is the history of the mighty men with David. Okay, you can read about the mighty men of David that he had with him, which David was a righteous king in the eyesight of the Heavenly Father. So the Heavenly Father is raising up the tabernacle of David that has been fallen, which you're seeing right now. The army, the Lord's raising up an army. That's why when you read in Ezekiel the 38, with the 37th chapter, it talks about an exceeding great army. Go ahead.
It says, and close up the breaches thereof.
Close up the breaches, meaning the differences. It's like you said, black and brown don't come together. Well, the Lord is making that happen. It's just spiritually right now.
Yeah.
That's why you see, you know, brothers amongst ourselves. You got brothers that are Latinos that are teaching with brothers that are more dark skinned. Yep.
Yeah, we're gathering. I know. I can see it.
Well, the Lord's gathering. Go ahead.
It says, I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old.
And in the days of old, what happened? The Lord used the tabernacle of David to conquer many nations. So he's going to do that all over again, which he's raising up the prophets. Because David was also a prophet too. When you read them Psalms, he had men with him that were prophets. He had men amongst them that were prophets. So the Lord's raising up the tabernacle of David, which you see right now. So the breaches and the differences between Latinos and so-called blacks, which we don't go off of that, which those were curses put upon us, they're being closed up spiritually because the Lord's raising up the tabernacle of David.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm a hot. Look, I've been fighting by myself. Okay, I try not to have a team or anything like that. But like your example.
And we don't go. And when a brother come up here,
An example. Donald Trump was in a whole bunch. He criminalized all the illegal workers. Well, Reagan did the opposite. Reagan decriminalize them by having them legally here so we can get FICA, so we can pay the debt. But Trump here, he's criminalizing so I throw that out. See, that's my fight between me and the evil white man.
But see, look,
I'm fighting alone
look.
because I can't get it together.
Let me say this too. See, we see Donald Trump and these specific presidents. You know, they're basically
coming back.
Yeah, but listen to this. We're gonna read this.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Right, and the king right now would be so-called your president, Trump, Biden, things of that nature. So we go off of these specific presidents as far as Trump and stuff. They're set up leaders, but they're set up by the Heavenly Father, the Son.
It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right. So the Heavenly Father set up these.
Well, you guys are giving me more strength. I've been fighting them since 2017.
Yeah.
You know, because I see their orders. So I've been fighting them with my
Okay.
I can pick up from you guys.
Yeah.
And pick up from all these devils right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget these ones too. These devils.
These two, yeah. So these guys, you know, when they throw out a sermon, if for some reason or other I pick up the word that I think the Republicans must keep, because Trump is not the chosen one. There's no way that God would say. And I tell them, I told them about 170 times. But CNN, ABC, and all those guys, let me do the commentary. Trump, look. This is my sign off. This is Jesus Country, USA.
All right, Jesus.
Trump,
okay.
Hey.
All right,
so
buddy.
My country, I'm Jesus.
All
this
right.
is my country.
All right, brother.
My country. I'm talking about Jesus, but I'm Jesus. It's my country. So whenever they look me up, and which they've been investigating me, they know, they see Jesus. So maybe that's where they left me. They leave you guys alone for a reason.
All right, be safe now.
I think that's all you guys. And you guys got me stronger, man. I'm gonna fight these guys until the very end. We're gonna see each other, guys.
All right, be safe. Man, just a silly dub, man. Hey, Issachar do be funny to hang out with, but
Get Ezekiel 2. This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee.
Yeah, and this is the Lord speaking to Ezekiel. Now, Ezekiel, he was a prophet during the Babylonian Empire. And his name in the Hebrew is Yahkazak Allah, or Yahkazakwala, which means he is strengthened by the Most High. You know, and all of us in this truth, we are all spiritual Ezekiels, because we have been strengthened from Yahawashi by way of the word, man.
And the Spirit entered into me.
And what's the Spirit?
yeah. All right, this is John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing.
Yeah, and quickeneth meaning make alive.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
The Spirit is the word, man. You know, so it was a word that made Ezekiel stand upon his feet. Because it's a word that enables you to have integrity in the Lord, have misfortune, faith, you know, which are all fruits of the Spirit that the elect will have in the last days, man.
It says, and the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the
Son of man is the title for the Israelites. You Yahawashi was known as the son of man, and as well as Ezekiel. You know.
I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me.
Yeah, so we are only sent unto the children of the Israelites. You know, we're not sent unto the natural heathen nations, the natural Gentiles. You know, from the Chinese man, the white man, the Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, so on and so forth. You know, we are only sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, as our Lord Yahawashi said. You know?
It says, they and their fathers, oh no, something like that, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me.
Right, and rebellious means to fight back. You know, this has been a perpetual thing throughout history. The Israelites being rebellious against Yahawashi by being disobedient and not keeping the laws and commandments and not worshiping the Lord, man. You know?
They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day.
Yeah, because they are the forefathers coming back in the reincarnation. You know, it's because, you know, if you were a non-believer in your past life and you're wicked, you'll come back as that same individual in your next lifetime. You know, so this that same generation that's coming back, as Yahawashi spoke of, man. You know, the children of disobedience. You know, which is the 2/3 of the wicked Israelites.
It says, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
Yep. Yeah, meaning stubborn, man. You know, here it is. You can break down Jake the whole history. You know, show them signs because it's the saying that there's a picture have 1,000 words. You know, so we show them the signs. We go in depth into the words, the etymology of words. You know, we read the scriptures to validate our points to make to them so they can believe it. But what Jake do, they wag their hand and they say, you know, we wicked. You know, we don't got the truth. You know?
Prime example with the guy that came up here, you know, he was more focused on getting his point about Trump out versus, you know, really receiving the word. You know? That makes him impotent.
It's like he wasn't like being receptive to what we were saying. Yeah. One ear out the other.
That's a stony heart. Nothing is getting in this. Nothing is getting in this guy.
That's why Jake called. So we talk about Jake having like a Flintstone mind, man. Yeah. Flintstone is a very hard stone.
And adamant stone.
Adamant stone. Yeah.
That's that fat. You know, the words of the Lord, you know, they say in Isaiah 6th chapter, they demanded this to be fat.
Yeah.
You know, when you have fat on a specific meat, that's when the Lord tells us to trim it down. It's hard to get to that meat. Yeah. So Jake, when you say these words, man, you know, they so thick-headed, man, they don't get through to them.
Or they dealing with fat.
Right. It says, I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahawah our power.
And that's what we say through the Spirit. This is all from Yahawashi. Look, if you don't repent, you're gonna die your sins. But if you do repent, you're part of the elect, you're gonna be saved. You know, we warned Jacob of the pain destructions, the famines, the pestilences, the race wars, cannibalism, you know, famine, so on and so forth. You know, we warned Jake and tell him these plagues are gonna come from the Lord, man. You know.
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house.
Yeah, so we don't care whether they hear, whether they go take heed and repent, or whether they're not going to take heed and not going to repent. But we know what we did on our behalf was to teach the word to them, and now they have no guilt for their sins. We washed out the blood off our hands by warning Jacob. You know, according to Ezekiel 3:17. You know, because if we don't warn our people of the destruction, then their blood going to be on our hands.
It says, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
Yeah, so when Jacob's trouble come in full effect, when all hell break loose, they're going to know that there have been a prophet among them. They're going to know that everything that we were saying through the spirit of power Yahawashi was true. You know? Because one of the things the Lord tests our people is by sending us type of men to our people. Because our people have respect the persons, man. You know? That's why when the rich man speaks, every man hold his tongue and extol his sayings through the cloud. But when it's a poor man, they do that's teaching them the truth. They don't do that. Why? Because we don't have a voice in the society. We're not looked at as prestige, and that's why when people see us, they got that dismayed look on their face when they see us, man.
They think they can challenge you.
Right. And that's why Apostle Paul said we're the outskirting of the world.
It's Proverbs chapter 8, verse 5. All ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart.
Yeah, we were all simple prior to us coming in the truth, man.
It says, here, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things.
Don't get in the car accident.
It says, for my mouth shall speak, verse 6, here, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth
that's the doctrine. Doctrine, that's the opening of the lips saying right things. Things that's acceptable for salvation. Teaching about repentance, about, what you got to keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, doing the work. Because another thing, too, not everybody not a teacher. But as long as you believe, if it's just your lot to believe and be helps to the prophets, then you can be saved off that alone. But it's about, repentance, man.
It says, for my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
Right. This is Solomon speaking. Yahawashi was Solomon in this past life. So, what's the truth? The doctrine. The wicked lips is false doctrine. Leading our people astray from the truth.
It's not a religion.
Who is that? Who is that?
What religion are you?
He's real.
Okay.
Long time ago, I lost my, mail
Was it?
key. I lost my mail key. I prayed to go to Jesus. And then 2 days later, Mother's Day, I opened my car door to go to church. The key was right there. And he won't be like this. He's real. He's the one. He's the only true one God with his son, Lord Jesus.
What does he look like?
We don't know. But he's real.
You don't believe in the Bible?
I believe in the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
It tells you what he looked like.
The Bible tells you what it looks like.
I don't know.
And he's coming to destroy. He's going to come and destroy America. That's what the prophecies say.
You know the first slave ship was named the Good Ship Jesus? Why would I read that?
We read the Bible. We don't read
You got the
pamphlets.
Bible already. You don't need to put another book with the Bible.
But it's
Some
said
I
on the,
found my keys, and he's the true power. I found my keys.
but it said on the front of the pamphlet, who is he?
He raised these people up from slavery, from cotton fields. We believe
A
in
damn
him.
washpot. A damn washpot coming over here telling us,
You know what I'm saying?
handing us little paperwork.
The hell is the more about it, man. Because when we go in their establishments, they be mean to us.
Man,
Man, we was just looking at this.
hurry
woman.
up and buy it.
Yeah.
That's how they come at it.
But when
He's
we be
real.
mean, but when we be mean to them, we supposed to feel bad. That's that gaslight theory, man.
Hey,
Proverbs 8 and 8. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them.
Yeah, because there's no hypocrisy in the Lord, man. Everything in this Bible, like read earlier, 2 Ezra 15, all the words of this book are faithful and true. Not one prophecy of the Lord is going to go out of void, man.
And I noticed just right now, she's trying to hand to Jake the pamphlet.
Right,
She
somebody
didn't.
else, yeah.
She didn't try to get an Edomite with the stick.
Exactly.
She trying to have.
Other Moabites. She don't give it to other Moabites.
Right.
But that shows you that they know our people are destroyed.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep.
So let me try to alleviate the sores on it.
you know what I'm saying?
Like-
Lick some wounds
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
and then she comes up like we said, talking about I found my keys and he's the real one and all that. We ask her, here it is, she can ask us all kind of questions, and when we ask her, she don't want to answer, or she just spew out more madness. Well, what do he look like? Oh, we don't know what he look like. Then we say in the Bible, it tells us exactly what he looks like.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, their foot on the pedal, man.
Oh, man, we just looked at that lady, man.
Like the brother was saying, they be trying to challenge us for what?
Yeah.
You know, the scripture's undefeated, man. You know, especially when you got wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord, man. That's why she walked off so fast, man. Like, oh, we don't know. Like,
She came over here trying to convert us with that shit, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, we up here need help or some shit.
And we told her, all this is finna get destroyed. And she left.
this is verse 9. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge.
That reminds me what it said in Daniel 12, that it's all plain to the holy, but to the profane, not plain unto them.
Yeah.
You know,
Stumbling blocks.
yeah. You see that they ain't with Titus.
It's one in both. It's one in Daniel 12 and 10, and then the other one is in Titus 1 and 10.
This is Daniel chapter 12. I'll start at 9. Verse 9. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end.
Yeah, because there was a point in time when the books of the understanding of the book was sealed. You know, but you know, Yahawashi death, it led to the books being unsealed, and that spirit of life hopped on, which spirit of knowledge and understanding hopped on opposite. Life is hopped on back. Then it's sprinkling down to our apostles, that was a great millstone. You know,
Many shall be purified and made white.
and that's the elect. The many are the elect. We're gonna be purified, made white, meaning be pure, by way of this truth, man. You know, because it's the word that cleanses you. See?
And it got everlasting life in it, Bob, too. You know what I'm saying?
And tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Yeah, so none of the wicked shall understand, which is 2/3 of our people, because the Lord has angels blinded 2/3 for them not to receive the truth.
To them it is not given.
Yeah, to them it is not given. So it's only given to the elect.
But it's Isaiah 6 and 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Yeah, because Jay can hear the word, but it's all about understanding and comprehending it.
And it says, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. It says, hear ye indeed, but understand not. Like the brother said, the thing with this truth is to understand. Once you get the understanding, that's when you're able to figure out this puzzle. Just like if you got a regular puzzle, you got to understand what certain pieces fit together. Oh, well, I got to get this piece over here to fit in this piece. That's how the truth is. It says, see indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat.
Yep. Like you said, when the fat is what blocks away from the meat.
Yep.
So, the Lord can't penetrate Jake, 2/3 of Jake fully in their minds because they got that fat in them, which represents uncleanness. Being unclean by all these different polluted doctrines and stuff, man. And ways of life and religion.
And plus, into a religious soul, this wisdom cannot enter. So.
And make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed.
That's the thing. The Lord doesn't want all Israel to convert and be healed on this time, right now. Only his elect. You know, so you can't find fault with the Most High if He wants this to play out. You know, this is the will of Yahawah Shai. The Lord can destroy His creation. He's the potter. He can dismantle the clay as He wants to.
And form it. If you want to make a part of the clay, if you want 2/3 of the clay to be destroyed, then
Right?
And they're gonna come back abundantly in the kingdom anyway.
yeah.
So
Still lifting it up.
in their right mind. You know, so you're gonna come back. You know. Can we go back to Ezekiel 2? Let's do some more, man.
Hey, listen, can I get this little It says, verse 11, then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
Right. So Jake is gonna be blinded until the destruction of America. You know, they gonna wake up. Jake gonna finally wake up. You know, when all hell breaks loose, man. As we read earlier, they shall know that they've been prophet among them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so they gonna know what we were saying was the truth, but it's gonna be too late. You know? While yet it was placed in repentance open to them, they despised it, man.
They understood it not and despised it.
Just like the ark.
But Drake got that album. If you're reading this is too late. You know? So by the time Jake get to trying to go into the book, and it's gonna be too late, man.
Because it takes time to digest this. This is not, you don't come out one weekend, challenge the prophets, go back, study all week, and then try to come back. It takes time for you to eat this meal, man.
The scripture said that the word of the Lord is a reproach unto you.
Oh, man.
You know, so it comes with restrictions, do's and don'ts, you know, discipline, you know, and Jake want to live their life riotously, you know.
They like that taste.
Being dally with harlots.
Ezekiel chapter 2 verse, here it is, verse 6. And thou, O son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words.
Yeah, because we get threats out here, but it's been some fights, you know. But it's been
Threatened.
threatened, you know.
Jake be talking shit out here, man.
Yeah.
They be talking shit. They come over here, they see the signs, and they're just, especially older Northern Kingdom women, but you'll see him like, if you watch the video later, you'll see him in the back doing this.
That's why if they had the power, they would try to kill you. So that's what happened with they try to kill Gideon for that.
That's how Esau came out right here.
Because with Gideon his name was also Jerubbaal, but he destroyed the altar of Baal. When he destroyed that altar, they wanted to kill Gideon for that. And that was their God that Jake was worshiping. So if Jake had the power now, because this is their God that they worship, they would try to kill us.
Hey, but you know what the Lord told Gideon? Thou shalt not die.
It's 2nd Esdras chapter 1, verse 32. I sent
Words of assurance right there.
I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith Yahawah.
Yeah, so Jake was all, because Jake, you know, it talks about the head of him that rebuked from the gate, Amos 5 and 10. They abhor him that speaketh uprightly. So our people, they're known as the prophet killers, man. They killed the ultimate prophet, our Lord Yahawashi. You know, it was meant for him to die on the cross, but it had to be a reason why he had to, you know, but because it says in Hebrews that prophets were sawn asunder. So they were literally cutting, you know, the prophets in half. You know, how much hatred Jake had for the prophets.
It says, verse 34, and your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandment and done the thing that is evil before me.
Yeah, because not being fruitful, that's a curse. You know, being barren, being
Oh man, it's a reproach.
a reproach. having what's that saying? What's that when women abort their kids?
Talk about miscarriages.
Yeah, miscarriages. Those are curses.
Yeah.
You know, because the Lord said you shall be fruitful and multiply. You know, so the opposite of that will be barren. You know, miscarriages, which is a curse.
Because that take away from a woman blessing. The reason a woman's on the planet Earth is to help us reprocreate.
Yeah.
Now,
That's big on Esau.
yep.
They take the fertility drugs and all that. They have a whole system based on that.
Yeah.
Silicone valley
We get these women that they think, oh, I'm good, I'm free, I don't got. That's like the brother said, that's a curse, man. Your sole purpose on the earth is to help reprocreate Israel or Israelites, man. You know, so if you can't have kids or you barren, just like who was it? I think it was Rebecca. She prayed to the Lord to have seed, man. You know, she was I think of an older age, and the Lord allowed her to have seed. So it's really the Lord that controls the womb anyway. But to not have seed or children, even a Samuel's mom, you know. Yep, she wanted a son. She prayed to the Lord, and she said, "Look, I'll give him to you for the rest of your days." But she just wanted to have a seed, man. You know. It says,
It wasn't a career. It wasn't. Our woman wasn't career oriented.
right.
In the ancient world, man. It was based on family structure. My one was happy based on happy children.
Yep.
That was their whole solely purpose in life. You know?
And it says, your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them.
Those are the Israelite foreigners that Apostle Paul was going to. You know, they grew up in that Greco-Roman world, didn't know nothing about the law, the statutes, and commandments. But when they heard the teachings of Yahawashi, it resonated with them. And they were looked at as Gentiles to the circumcised. Circumcision, yeah. They was looked at as Gentiles from the circumcision.
For the Jews, Southern Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Reread that again, Bob Kishaba.
Yep. Starting at 35, it says, your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them.
Yeah, they was all in that world, you know, dressing like the Greeks, togas, they bald heads, not circumcised. But then they heard Apostle Paul speaking, and it was like, wait a minute, I believe that. And you hear these instances where it was 5,000 added to the church, 3,000 believers added to the church, and that moved the circumcision to jealousy.
Yeah.
You know? Throughout it, bro. I moved the circumcision to jealousy because it was like, why is Paul bringing these strangers with us? But those were the branches that was plucked off, that were broken off, that through the teachings of Yahawashi, they was being grafted back in to that vine. Yeah. They were being grafted back in. But as it says there, they didn't know nothing about the prophets. The people I don't even know, you know, all these different things. But when they heard the teachings, it resonated. Just like us. We was all in black culture and wanted to play basketball, be a baseball player, and have your little successful janitorial service, be a comedian. And then we heard this truth, and we was like, man, they speak. We speaking on
remembrance.
Yeah, man.
Because when we heard about the Bible, we would automatically think about small hats. It's only for them. You know? Well, you know, from my standpoint.
Yeah.
You know.
So when we heard this, they said, yeah, you know, it's because we in this situation because of the curses and then the prophecies. They said we would come over here in ships, and then you know, Judah and Israel was oppressed together, and that's why the black and brown community, it resonated with us, and we was like, damn. We wanted to hear more.
Yeah.
Just like the Israelites that was called Gentiles. They was coming back the next Sabbath day to hear more.
Yeah, because in that account, that was Paul and Barnabas.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it real quick. I think it's Acts 15, 16, 13?
13:42.
We got to hearing about how they would hold themselves not guilty and all that kind of stuff.
That's just like
Yeah, that don't happen.
Resonate.
That never happened to none of the small hats.
Yeah.
right. They ain't got no testimonies on YouTube talking about how they woke up.
Oh, no. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 42. And when the Jews were going out of the synagogue, the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath day.
Yeah, because they resonated with the word, man. You know, because it was for them because they were Israelites. You know, a heathen can't bear witness to this truth, man.
Now, when the congregation was broken up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul and Barnabas, who, speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the grace of the Most High. So he's pushing the vibration of, growing this. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together to hear the word of the Most High.
Right, in the whole city, it was a bunch of Israelites.
But when the Jews saw the multitude, they were filled with envy.
Yeah, because they looked at like the heathen nations, but they were Israelites. You know, because the Jews, they were carnal. You know, you got to look like an Israelite. You know, you got to, wear your fringes.
Just
you
like
got to be
folk
born.
in them.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be born in land.
Black, dark skin. You gotta have woolly hair. Yeah. That's them.
That's why Fofi and them and Sakari and them and ISUPK, they fit the description of the envious of Jews. Brother, you ain't got your fringes on.
I don't know, brother. You too light skinned, brother. You got green eyes too. I don't know, brother.
Where you say you work at? Oh, bro, you gotta quit that job, brother. If you can't wear your fringes, that's how these dudes get down, man.
Envy. And it's envy. It says, but when the Jews saw the multitude, they were filled with envy and spake against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. It says, then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken unto you. Going into the prophecy in, what did I say, Zechariah? It says, but seeing ye put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles. You got a question?
Yes, I got one. Do you have the brochures or anything?
Oh no, we just come out here every week and we teach you. We have questions.
Well, I asked you because I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
And I'm familiar with God guys and stuff from downtown. And plus one of my nephews practices same religion.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
So that's why I asked.
We're on YouTube. You on YouTube, like you? Okay, yeah, but Lord willing, every Sunday we're here. We've been out in this area for about 5-6 years. So we teach.
All right, I let my nephew know that I see y'all guys.
Okay, all right, now be safe, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, you see verse 46, Acts 13 and 46. Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken unto you.
Yeah, because the Lord is gonna say the tents of Judah first. So the truth is meant for Judah first, and then all the tribes is gonna it's gonna come in. But
it says, but seeing ye put it from you, they didn't want to believe it. He dealing with them. He bringing these people in. I ain't dealing with them. It says, but seeing ye put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles.
yeah, so they turn to the Israelite foreigners. not the actual heathen nations. You know, because it's talking about the Israelite foreigners, man, that was speaking Greek, that had bald heads, wearing togas, speaking the actual Greek language. You know, the barbarians,
And if we
you know,
read
the
the scripture,
Scythians. Them was all Israelite foreigners, I believe, man.
Get to the gym.
Yep.
Because them Greeks is known for touching the Maccabees for gym, which
Jim,
the gymnos, you know, which was, you know, homosexuality. That's why you see a lot of jakes. They go to the gym and work out, man.
I was about to say that. It'd be a lot of alphabet people, secret alphabet people at the gym, man.
Yeah, yep.
I can tell by their gait. I don't care how many muscles you got. Like, I can tell.
Especially the old Edomites, man. They be up in there thinking you think they working out, man. You go to the fucking locker room, man. These motherfuckers on some alphabet shit, man.
Or they in there doing squats in the butt machine. Like, what are you working your ass cheeks on?
Yeah, it's only certain machines that's solely meant, you know, women.
Yeah.
The ones that like you sit down, you like do leg curls.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when you like lay down, like slanted.
Oh, yeah.
That's like for women.
Yeah. Because they ass get bust out.
Yeah.
You go in there, you'll get on the leg machine or something.
Yeah.
But you know, you in there, curl bar, you in the bench, you might do some deadlifts, some squats, you know do some chest press, you pulling yourself up on a bar, you on a cable machine. You're not in there doing glute exercises for your ass cheeks, man. I don't care how many muscles you got. You doing that shit, I'm looking at you crazy.
it's glute day.
Yeah.
Because them squats, they work all that out anyway.
Yeah. Because that's a compound exercise. It's your legs, your back, all kind of shit. But if you in there just doing they had their leg up like this,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
get out of
Yeah, that's a man shit.
it. Yeah.
It don't look masculine. It look
Shit look
feminine.
feminine.
Oh yeah. Niggas be in there. Where we at? Verse 47 in Acts the 13th chapter. So we have the Lord, for so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth.
Yeah, now prophecy is written in Isaiah. You know, so the light to the Gentiles, meaning a pathway to the Israelites being taught the truth. You know, because the light is synonymous with the truth. You know, because while can you go to Psalm 147?
Yeah.
19?
I got it right here. Okay. This is Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahawah.
Yeah, so the Lord, the word of the Lord is only for Israel. So why would the Lord turn to the natural Gentiles in the New Testament? That would make the Lord a double-minded man.
Right.
And the scriptures say he changes not. You know?
He's not the author.
Out of confusion, yeah, that's right. So, because that's what Christians try to place in. Slither in the replacement theology, also known as supersessionalism, that the church replaces the people of the Most High. Nah, that's off. That's false.
Yeah. And best believe that Asian lady that was trying to give us little pamphlets and shit, that's what she believed in. Yeah. She believed that the Lord, he just, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and deal with the natural heathen now. Yeah. And then we're going to have one world, all nations, kindreds, languages, and tongues, and religious backgrounds. We're going to all come together as one. That sounds like something Esau is trying to do right now.
Forget all about what happened to us, slavery.
Yeah.
No, like Pastor Rambam said, they just thinking the kingdom is just going to be everybody getting along together. Right. The kingdom of heaven is going to be peaceful, but we're going to be over you, heathen nations, man. It's going to be retribution. Hey, or recompense, man.
Yeah. And also, too, the Christian church doesn't even really understand the timeline of the New Testament, which New Testament means covenant. When the Lord died on the scene, that was the start of the new covenant. We're not even in the new covenant yet.
Yeah.
When you read the book of Hebrews and Ezekiel the 36th chapter, it tells you that basically the new covenant is when we get changed into those bodies. That hasn't happened yet. You got these certain fucking guys, all right, that claim that they're Israelites talking about we in the new covenant already. We're not in the new covenant yet, man.
Yeah, that crazy camp pulling that, talking that mess. They call themselves the ministers of the new prophet. I mean, new covenant or something. Prophets of the new covenant or something.
I
Yeah.
don't even sound right.
That's got it in the name. It's crazy.
I don't even sound like it linked up with
Do we
the
look
prophet.
Do we look changed? Do we look like we got the extra terrestrial bodies, man?
And they teaching Yahawashi every year straight.
Yeah, yep.
That alone proves that you're not in the new covenant.
Right.
Because in the new covenant, all Israel will be united. And it won't be no hatred amongst
And
each
they out
other.
there teaching. You say you don't have to teach nobody no more. You don't have to teach
Exactly.
nobody no more. But you out here teaching though.
What the hell are these guys talking about?
When you out there, then drunk a whole half a bottle of Hennessy, and then you got the strips out there, that's what you sound like, and that's what you say.
And then when they call upon the name,
It was a hold on, we gotta do it
do it
again.
again.
Bro, they were saying new
Yeah,
Hebrew
yeah,
words
yeah,
I never
yeah.
heard before in my life, bro.
They couldn't get it together.
They was bringing out them new covenant Hebrew words, man. Next couple precepts.
Okay, God. You guys, I'm looking for
Like 8 and 10.
Okay, come, yep. This is Hebrews chapter 8, verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days.
Covenant means agreement or alliance, you know.
Yep. Saith Yahawah, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
Yeah, so the Lord's going, you know, it's going to basically corrupt our minds, not corrupt in the bad sense, but program my minds to never sin. It's going to be like, you know, driving across the street. You know, a green light means go. You know, a yellow light means slow down. Red light means to stop. So it's going to be like that in the kingdom, to make an analogy on how we never going to sin.
Second nature. Perfect.
There's animals that as soon as they be born, they know I gotta be walking in the next hour. Because there's enemies out here.
The little turtles be born on land and know they got to make it to the ocean by sundown.
They not mistaken. They go. I mean, it's always some exceptions, but majority of them they go right to where the water at.
They ain't never seen the water before.
Yeah.
And they never seen the water before. They just know.
I was at the farm, and the dude was like, "Oh, this horse right here, he's only a couple of weeks old. This motherfucker was." I'm like, what? Quick understanding.
Yeah.
It says, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
So that's what we're doing now. You know, we're telling Jake to know the Lord. But in the kingdom, that's not going to be like that, because we're going to be programmed to be righteous. It says in Isaiah, all our people shall be righteous. You know?
Even when the elect, they're gonna make it on the first go round. Our kids gonna come out, you know, through the spirit, through the elect's loins, like the 2/3, they're gonna come back in the kingdom, but they're gonna be born in righteousness because we gonna already have that embedded in us, man. You know? That's why it says, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. You know? Because hey, the children that come, because you got right now, you got a generation full of degenerates, man, that don't know the Lord. But the Lord's going, the Lord going to destroy these degenerate ass niggas. All right, He's going to preserve the elect, and when these degenerate ass kids come back in the kingdom through the elect's loins, they're going to be in a right mind state.
In order.
Yeah, they're going to be in order, man. But right now, what you get right now? You get Jake that you steal from the store. I got extendo clips, mama's boys, you know.
Smoking blunts all the
Smoke.
time.
Yeah, that's all Jake do, man.
That's what
Smoke,
they do.
smoke, do Xannies, perks, whatever. You know, that's not going to be in the kingdom, man. They're going to be born after righteousness, man. And they're going to know Bahasham, man. You know? It says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. And that, he said, a new covenant he hath made the first old. Now, that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away.
Yeah, because what was the old covenant? The Lord made a covenant with the Israelites, you know, through Moses by giving them the law, statutes, commandments. You know, Leviticus 26:46. That was the first covenant. But since the Lord found fault with us by not keeping that covenant, He's gonna make a new one in the kingdom. You know?
Yeah, because he gave Moses the law, statutes, commandments on stone, which the stone represented what? Israel's stony mind, which is a mind to go off. That's why when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, and Joshua was like, look, he was like, hey, they over there dancing, singing, and it's not a cry for war. It's not a cry for this and that. Moses threw down the stones of tablet and they broke. But that was a representation of Israel breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. I got one more for you, brother. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you.
The Lord gonna treat us right.
Yep.
That's good.
There ain't gonna be no famine in the kingdom. You know, it's gonna be an abundance of blessings. That's first. That's gonna be the new covenant, man. That only applies to us, Israelites. Following Yahawashi.
As Christians say, under the new covenant ain't even intact yet. We're reaping the benefits of the start of it, but until we get those new bodies and get our stony mind changed, because we still go off, man. We still got wicked thoughts. The wicked thought is an abomination to the Lord, man. You know, you go off. So until we honestly go into them ships, like Apostle Paul explained in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and get changed, and death is swallowed up in victory, and we still under the old covenant because of the stony hearts, but it's ready to vanish away because the elect of Israel is waking up through the Spirit, you know, and we almost out of here, man. You know, that's all we really waiting for. That's all we waiting for is the Lord to do His thing and change us into them glorious bodies, man. To change us into the same estate that He's in, meaning perfection. You know.
And the Lord, I was edified. So with that, we give all praise and glory to
Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rahakadash.
double honors to the apostle, the elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to those for the Akim. Let's preach the word and all truth is here. Shalom.
Shalom, Bible ball. Good shit, brothers. Bahasham, Bahasham, Bahasham.